You can see an AD in the post-game interview saying, "Oh no, we can make a 10-game win streak or whatever, and things will be different." Nigga, you are closer to a 10-game losing streak than a 10-game winning streak.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use
shot. I'm coming in.
it. Oh, what a shot from Curry! With 0.6 of a second remaining.
Hey, what's up? It's Rinks. Another video. Today we are chatting Lakers, the Fakers. Woo! Okay. Last time we spoke to this team, what were we saying? We were talking about that the Lakers had the number 2 odds in terms of winning the championship. That the Lakers had AD and LeBron, and the last time we spoke Lakers was that the Lakers were duos. Well, not this year. I'm old enough to remember when we spoke Lakers, we were speaking duos and how duos were so amazing. That these are the top 2-5 guys in the league, and you can surround them with anything or just shooters or whatever, but they can figure it out. Then in the beginning of this season, they added Russ, and then what we said in that video was that these guys are a super team. Now that you added 3 All-Stars, and to us it was never about age. It was never going against LeBron and all those other guys. It was about fit and how these guys are gonna fit, and if they're gonna gel right. But at the end of the day, nothing has changed in terms of their athleticism, how they play, and these are still a duo added, and then they added an MVP to that those 2 guys in the top 5, whatever, and then you added Russ. All of that, nothing has changed for me personally. What still staying for me is that you have 3 All-Stars coupled with guys that are on the bench who are
2 guys that are always MVP candidates. Russ and LeBron, both MVP candidates. That's a flippin' super team. Let's never forget what the narrative was.
At the end of the day, my expectations for Lakers still haven't changed. They played poorly, but I'm still old enough to remember LeBron James teams.
Yep.
I'm old enough to remember LeBron at Cavs and seeing him not take the regular season seriously. Whether this is not serious or not, but they need to figure it out. If you need to go let GM again, go let GM, my guy. But
I still remember Miami. I'm a Miami fan. I remember Miami. I remember how shambolic it was in the beginning, how tough it was with that big 3. And now, all of a sudden, a couple years later, there's another big 3, and we're expecting things to go smoothly from the jump. It's weird to me, man.
they are no underdogs.
It is weird. It is very weird. They started off badly. Miami was also started off badly. Low seed in the beginning, and then they worked their way up. Let's wait until All-Star break. After All-Star break,
Trade deadline.
You know-
let's see what's happening. Let's play the long game. Essentially, let's play the long game. I still have faith in this team that they're gonna turn it
lot
around.
of faith.
I can't
A lot of
celebrate
faith.
as a Warriors fan. I want to celebrate that they suck and we only have sons or whatever. I can't do that because I take this Lakers team very seriously, and they could change things just like that. All right. But what is the issue with the Lakers? What are you seeing right now? And when you look at them and you say,
it's for me personally, when I watch, it's not anything that I've heard or anything. They're not gelling. It's clean to see small mistakes are being made, and it's more of that they need to spend more time together. That's what I really think, and I think Russ needs to get out of his head. AD there needs to be a sacrifice, like we said in the last video. No, I don't see anyone actually sacrificing that much in this team. AD needs to sacrifice himself, go down the low post. LeBron, be a jump shooter. Let things run through Russ. That's really my take on it.
no. I hear you, but I disagree. I have to disagree. For me, it's their personnel. They need more shooters. They need actual shooters.
That's why I said
or
LeBron
the
go
shooters
shoot.
need to be more consistent. All right. Carmelo, the real Melo, Carmelo started off hot. Started off like something like 50-something% in terms of shooting, right? Then At some point, he's become cold. He's inconsistent. Malik Monk started off cold, now he's gotten hot. Wayne Ellington started off hot, now he's cold. They need consistency with their shooting because Russ and who's this? Bron and AD aren't the best of shooters.
Yeah.
Especially with now that you've added Russ. Come on, Russ was shooting 28%, dog. Who's this? AD. We don't want AD taking shots. But you talking about sacrifice. I'm seeing AD sacrifice. He's taking jump shots because he's trying to get that spacing right. He's trying to figure out that spacing because we're not gonna let Russ penetrate.
No, I hear you.
LeBron is at a season at a career high of taking threes. He's never taken this many threes, and that's because of the team that they have. They don't have shooting, and that's what they need to invest in is shooting.
But the way that he's on his season high, but those aren't like catch and shoot shots. Those are him dribble pull-ups.
We all know the LeBron.
That's my
we all
problem
know that
with it.
one. We all know that snatchback.
He needs to be in rhythm to shoot. I get that, right? But at the same time, Russ is not going to be your shooter. Russ is going to panic at certain times because now he doesn't know what to do with the ball. He needs to go play with the second unit or something and put shooters around both of them. LeBron has his shooters in the first unit. Russ has his in the second unit, and then they close out the game somehow.
Okay, I hear you when you say that, right? First unit, second unit. This is the same argument that I keep hearing from people, and it's really good and it's really persuasive, and it's a nice one. But at the end of the day, how many minutes is Russ gonna play? How many minutes is LeBron gonna play? Because he's not gonna play bench minutes.
No,
Or you're gonna say he's gonna play bench minutes?
No, they definitely both going to need to think about.
There's gonna be a time where they have to play together.
Yes.
And what I'm saying is that don't start, whatever. At the end of the day, Russ is gonna play 36 minutes. Bron is gonna play 38, whatever, right? They're gonna play a lot of minutes together, concentrated together, and you want them to close out the game together. And you want them to play fast. That's the other thing with Lakers. They need to play fast. They need to be a fast-paced team. And the defense. How do they suck so bad on flipping defense so that you don't have to do half-court sets with Russ and everyone else? Fucking chuck that ball up there. Let Russ play downhill. Let LeBron attack more in the fucking rim. Because LeBron in the restricted area is unstoppable. I know we're talking age and all that shit, but he's still at a 70-something% in the restricted area.
It's supposed to be showtime, like you're saying. They need to go fast-paced so that they can play on the half court.
Another problem. I'm not one to blame coaches, whatever, but come on.
I know that
Vogel.
man.
The
That man has
lineups
blood
that
on
we
his
play,
hands.
the lineups that you're playing right now are doo-doo. They ass
Straight.
lineup. You cannot play
Straight cheeks.
3 point guards at the same time. Isaiah Thomas, Rajon Rondo, Russ, all together. Then you have a small guy like Wayne Ellington. Put Bazemore back in the game. I know he's probably shooting ass right now or whatever. Not for shooting, but for defense, for length. That guy's wingspan is so huge that at least he can handle your 3 guard. Your forward, sorry. It just doesn't make sense. There needs to be better coaching. Out of timeouts, you cannot be drawing up ass plays that result into turnovers. That's the other freaking problem with Lakers. Turnovers. They're averaging 16 turnovers. You cannot live like that. You can, but it's not a championship caliber. Not caring about
And the
it.
defense is not championship caliber. Both of it, yeah.
But also, what I said in the
Too
beginning
many
of the
issues.
year is that there are teams that care about the regular season. There are teams that don't. Warriors, they have to care about the regular season. They've not even made playoffs the last 2 years. The Lakers, they have a little bit of wiggle room to play with. And I think it's not okay because they are a new team. But
Yeah, that's the one thing that they're forgetting.
they are
It's
a new team and
completely
it's time to
different team.
figure things out. But they taking it as if the regular season didn't matter. We saw it in the
And we
summer
can
league.
just switch it on.
Yeah, you guys don't have that knowing each
don't-
other
yeah.
well enough to say, okay, we can switch enough, or to have that silent confidence or that silent arrogance that we can still turn it around.
over, man. But hey, man,
You can see an AD in the post game interview saying, oh no, we can make a 10-game
Right.
10-game win streak or whatever, and things will be different. Nigga, you are closer to a 10-game losing streak than a 10-game winning streak,
Bro.
because you guys aren't on the same wavelength. You guys don't know the same sets. You guys aren't playing together. You guys aren't on a string. And this is, I'm not shitting on the Lakers. I just think they could be much better with the same players, change
Exactly.
role players. I do not think it's get rid of Russ. It's small changes, and also let's move the ball around. Move the fucking ball around. There's a game that I was watching. I can't remember the team, but it wasn't the latest game. They were not moving. They were getting beat up. And then at some point, after a timeout or after the half, I can't remember clearly, they started actually running around, moving, whatever. Fuck. We're actually playing basketball. It's not all
It's a
this
hero
high
ball.
top pick and roll and whatever. Let Russ do a one dribble pull up in the mid range there by the elbow, clank. Or let's stop. 80. I want 80 in the block, but we can't have 80 in the block because our personnel does not allow that. Every time 80 goes to the block, there's someone waiting for him. For once he does that spin move or he turns around, they're gonna double him because they don't care about the shooters. They don't respect your shooters enough.
This is the problem that Embiid had with Bob, with Ben, but people wouldn't understand why he always played out wide. But there needs to be a balance of you being in the post or being at the high post, and then you spin off and then you can dish it off, and it just rotates. You need to have split actions where it's going to rotate and someone's just going to crash in. If AD's gonna see a double coming, they need to pass it to Russ. Russ swings it around.
No, not pass. If you're gonna
No,
pass it to
because
Russ,
Russ is
Russ
going
better
to-
cut into the
Yeah,
paint
that's what I'm
and
saying.
penetrate.
That's what
not
I'm-
Russ shooting. Russ needs to play a little bit
I
like
agree.
Gary Payton the second. You know, because you're not that
Like
great at
Juan.
shooting. I'm not. You see, this is not a Warriors video. It's not. But just take a little increments because Russ is better than all these guys that we mentioned.
Yeah.
But just play basketball. This hero ball that we play of that. Oh no, we so good we can beat up everyone. You guys are clearly not gelling. Try something out. Let Russ set screens for LeBron and let LeBron go fucking downhill and attack the paint. Because we cannot always rely on LeBron taking threes or whatever. And it ends up having those plays where LeBron was shooting the corner three when the rest of the team is not coming. Because now I don't trust any of you guys. It's not that the rest of the team wasn't coming up. And it was that game that I was referring to. I just can't remember the team they were playing against. But
DJ's got the rebound up ahead for LBJ. LeBron is literally one against their entire team right now. And he'll shoot a three. No other Laker got past the logo.
you cannot still be playing DeAndre Jordan, bro. Play AD at the fucking 5 and then we get shooters and we space it out. I don't know why we believe Carmelo can't start anymore. He can start, but maybe we max him out to 25 minutes or something. I don't know what kind of propaganda has gone in people's head to tell you, no, this guy should not be a starter. This guy should be a starter. Fair to. Teams are different. Do what works for you and try figure it out. You guys are high IQ guys. LeBron, very high IQ. Anthony Davis knows the game because he knows he can't attack the paint. I've been watching him more because I want to slander him more. I want to give him so much
Fucking
slander.
hater.
But I can't. I'm watching the games and I'm seeing he can't attack the paint. He can't do a drop step because once he does that turn around, once he drop steps, there's a player right there waiting for him. They salivating because there's no one else out there. There's a DeAndre Jordan or whoever the fucking center they playing is. Play proper basketball. Run around. Play team ball. You have 3 guys. None of you are going to be MVP. You should not be MVP. You should not always be averaging 30 or whatever. We should say, all of you guys collectively added 80 points tonight or whatever.
That's what I'm saying about sacrifice. It's exactly what I'm saying. You can't always have it's not even about, I don't think anyone's chasing numbers. It's just they playing in such a way that this is the only way that they know how to play.
Yeah.
They
They all know how to control their teams or whatever. Yeah, and final thoughts on the Lakers and where they're going. They can still turn it around, even if they are a 7th, 8th seed. But the last thing I want to attack is the Russ thing. And
The Russ propaganda.
Russ is not
Being
good.
FS1
Russ sucks.
throwing them underground. Yes.
Listen, man. Russ is a baller. He gets in the MVP conversation. He plays better in playoffs, even with KD. Oh my God, this KD shit. You guys are losing your minds when you talk about KD left OKC because of Russ. No, it was because of bad team construction. It wasn't Russ. Russ played well, but KD saw they doubled him every single time, and KD doesn't like being doubled because he had niggas like Roberson in that team and Steven Adams. It wasn't Russ. He actually enjoyed playing with Russ, and he said so. And you guys keep on feeding onto this dumb narrative. But then again, I guess it's the sensational stuff. He started off slow. He turns the ball over because they have a high usage, but also he's very careless with the ball. And you're going to have to eat those ones, unfortunately. You're going to have to eat those. But he's going to get better. Wait for All-Star. Let's play the long game, gentlemen. Let's play the long game. Please, let's try that.
Yeah, this Russ propaganda is doing my head in. It doesn't make no sense. Every time I try listen to these pundits and whatever, talk about Russ and whatnot, man, everything that you attribute to being Russ's fault, everything's Russ's fault for him not shooting. You knew the signing, Russ. In the beginning of Summer League, we knew that it's gonna take time for him to gel with the team. We saw the turnovers, and he said, man, it's something that I'm gonna have to try work on. But hey, it's still Summer League. I may turn it over even 15 more times. When you weren't concerned then, and now you're acting concerned, is weird to me.
Wait for the playoffs again. Tell yourself again the regular season doesn't matter.
This is what it was like with Russ at the Wizards, Russ at the Rockets. Even now, I don't understand why you guys hate Russ so much. He's a different type of talent. He's not this new school 3-point shooter type of talent. He's old school athleticism. Like a point guard. We've never seen a point guard like Russ. And please, let's appreciate Russ and not... The fit is a bit different for them, but they knew that. And they said, we can make it work. With this much talent, we can always find a way.
Yeah.
So let's give them that credit. Make it work. We can't say now it's all Russ's fault for Russ being Russ.
Lazy thinking. You guys want a scapegoat, and it's lazy
It's
thinking.
always a scapegoat. There's always a scapegoat. He
Just give it
needs more
time.
help.
But anyway, that's been the video. You let us know what you think. Where did we hit? Where did we miss? I'll hear from you guys in the comments. We are out otherwise.